channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. All right, here we go. January 8th is Elvis's birthday, by the way. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. He would have been 89 today. I talk about that on my radio show this morning, which is playing right now at Sam 100.7. Yeah, so it is a Monday. It's going to be a windy Monday. It's going to be one of those days that's going to blow the hair around. You may need some extra Aquanet or something to hold it down. I don't have that much to hold down. But it's going to get really, really breezy. It's going to get really windy at times, especially as we get into tonight. So just be aware of that. There might be some power outages. It's possibility as we get some of these winds going at like 40, 45, 50 miles per hour. It's a possible. Right now, it's just breezy. And as we do this at 7:40 current time this morning, as we take a look at radar, pretty quiet across the area. We've got high pressure still in control, but you can see back to the west that we are going to see the rain that will be pulling in here as we go through time. Now, some of this has been starting out as a little bit of light snow over parts of Missouri. As you can see it right there, it kind of changes back to rain, even down toward Memphis as temperatures got started this morning, has been a little on the chilly side, but nothing around here that is in that mode. Anything that moves in here coming from the south and west of us will be in the form of rain. Everything is going to be in the form of rain. I don't foresee us getting any kind of frozen precipitation, anything like that. It's all going to come in as rain. Even late this afternoon and this evening for the drive home is about the time when it's going to get here. But you can see all kinds of winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings and all of that. Kansas City is going to get hammered with a big snow. On north and west of that area, it's all going to be about snow. Up to Chicago, it's going to be about snow. We're just going to stay in the warm sector of this system, and it's not going to really bother us. It's going to really be of significance, besides getting some much needed rain, is the wind. The winds are going to be howling as this system comes in. It's a deep, low pressure system. So, therefore, the pressure gradient from low pressure to high pressure is pretty wound up, and it's going to be great. In other words, that's going to create wind. And so just be prepared for that. The wind is going to get crazy here during the next 24 hours. All right. And let's check some temperatures as of this hour from the Kentucky Mesonet Network. We're seeing mainly 20s and 30s as we start this morning here in southern Kentucky. 27 at the Ag Expo Center, but it's 30 at the Corvette plant where we've got one of the Kentucky Mesonet sensors. And then you go down to Burtsville. Wow, it's only 24. Of course, that sensor near the Cumberland River, down in the valley, near Burtsville, that's the coldest. Usually it is the coldest spot to start. And then it catches up with everybody else, which is in the 30s. Let's check the winds right now. Current winds are light and out of the east, northeast. We're not starting to get the gust yet until you go further west, but the winds will begin to pick up today. So get ready for it. Uh, by the end of the day, you're going to know that the winds are certainly going to be something to deal with, not just today, but tonight and tomorrow. And I think closer to midnight tonight and early tomorrow morning is when the winds are really going to start howling. I know it's going to sound bumpy in the middle of the night. No thunderstorms, just a lot of rain and a lot of wind. So I want to reassure you, we're not calling for severe weather here. This is just going to be great, what we call gradient winds and a lot of rain. And then we get some cold air coming. We're going to get some cold air. Let me show you the model blender. And oh if your eyes don't automatically go to the right-hand side of your screen to like next Tuesday night. Look at that. Single digit temperatures. I told you the cold was coming, and here it comes. Everybody's always like, we just don't get cold. Like I was hit at church yesterday. Not hit at church, but I was hit up at church. Let me rephrase that. Um, it was older folks. They were telling me we just don't get cold like we used to, and we don't get snow like we used to. And I'm like, hang on, hold on, because it looks like it's trying to get there. I mean, look at this. We go 50, 54, 44, 53, 54, then 34, then 24. Look at that next Tuesday. 24 for a high temperature and a low temperature Wednesday morning of 8. Now, that's a long way off, and a lot can change between now and then. So, this is not concrete, but the models, this is a blend of models, and they're all kind of they're all putting that blender spun up, and this is the outcome, and they're all kind of leaning that way. So, I'm just telling you, this is a heads up. Like it's been a week or more since I've given you a heads up about the wind that's coming, and now it's going to be here tonight. So that's going to verify. Whether this verifies or not, too soon to say, but some bitter, bitter cold is coming. And if there's any precipitation in there, hey, you know what comes after that. So look at this. We go mild, we stay in the 50s, 40s, 50s through the rest of this week. And then this weekend, the bitter cold is coming. And then an added shot of bitter cold as we get into the beginning of next week. Look at that 12, 8, 19, 17 next Sunday night. Whoo. Yeah. I hope you're ready. And for those of you who say, it's too warm. We never get that anymore. It's global warming and all that. Phooey on that. It's coming. I keep telling you guys, this stuff goes cycles. Just because for a few years you don't see it happening, I can guarantee you it's always going to come back. Always. Don't be listening to all that foolish stuff. All right. Here's a look at the maps on this Monday morning. High pressure's in control. Here comes our system that is next in line. The rains will start to begin because of disturbance here, a little straw siphoning up the Gulf of Mexico moisture and some Pacific moisture too. We're going to start to see some rain for the drive home this evening and into the overnight hours. This low is tightly wound, 995 millibars. That's a low, that's a deep low pressure system, and it's only going to get deeper by the time it gets here. Look at all these lines, equal lines of pressure. Look how close they are together. Anytime you see that on a weather map, wind and lots of it. So it's going to be windy and rainy tonight as that low pressure system starts to scoot in. Here we go into tonight and early tomorrow morning. Look, it deepens to 992, that low pressure system. Snow on the backside of it, lots of snow. Kansas City, as I mentioned, on down into parts of Missouri, into Iowa, Illinois, Chicago, Great Lakes, all big snows. Here we go into Tuesday evening, into Wednesday morning, a backside disturbance, and look at the winds here. Whew. Now, we have a wind advisory in effect starting tonight, going all through the day tomorrow. The wind gust here, sustained winds will be 25, 35 miles per hour, but gusts, if everything verifies, we could see 40 to near 50 miles per hour wind gust. If the models verify, that's what we could have tonight and tomorrow. And even into Wednesday, as you see here, it's going to be breezy, even windy, 20, 30, 40 mile per hour winds. We get maybe a little snow on the backside of it, but it's not going to be anything, not really. Here comes another little disturbance as we get into Thursday and then into Friday. Here comes the next system. This one does have some wind with it again. It's going to be windy, about the same kind of system, tracking almost in the same way with a cold front and snow on the backside of it. How much? Well, it's Friday and Saturday, so it's too soon to tell, but I can tell you this. It's going to be breezy and it's going to be cold. What I just showed you on the model blender, that's what's coming with this cold front on Saturday. So Saturday into Sunday, still some maybe snow showers left to the north, but bitterly cold air. Look at that Arctic high pressure just sitting right on top of us. And this is going into Monday night into Tuesday. That's when I showed you a high of, what was it, 24, and then a low of 8. Single digit temperatures are coming, and they're going to be here by Tuesday night and Wednesday of next week. Get ready. It's happening. Happening, people. Whoo. For those of you, we don't get cold anymore. It's your fault. It's actually your fault because it's happening. It's going to happen. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I'm kidding. Here's a look at the wind advisory. Again, this goes into effect close to midnight tonight. Really midnight, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4 in the morning tomorrow morning. And by the time I do this again, it'll be in full force. Um, any kind of leftover Christmas lights, trees, objects in your yard, trash receptacles, trash cans, trampolines, anything you've got out there that's leftovers from the holidays or you just have stuff outside, it could blow away. Starting tonight and during the day tomorrow, it's going to be that windy. Remember March. Remember the way it was in March? Now, on March 3rd, we had those 75-mile-per-hour winds. It's not going to be that strong. But some of you may lose a few shingles, or you may get a small branch that falls, or you may get a tree that's not firmly rooted in the ground because the ground is wet, kind of soaky. They could blow over some of those little small trees. And yes, we could have some power outages in a few places. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Starting tonight and during the day tomorrow, even into Wednesday, it's going to be windy. And you can see it includes Bowling Green, all of southern Kentucky, and on up to the central bluegrass. So prepare for the wind because it's coming along with the rain. But I again try to reassure you that there will be no severe weather. Okay, just wind and just rain. And for those of you that get a little during these kind of situations, it's not going to be anything to worry about. All right, that's going to do it for this Monday, January 8th, in the Sam Channel Weather Update, brought to you by Ace Hardware Marketplace. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on News 40. Until then, have a great day. God bless you, and thank you for watching.